Hi everybody, welcome to another career tutorial. I'm cripeman. What we're going to do this time through is we're going to look at our preferences. Now, it doesn't sound like a really interesting topic, but you might find out some stuff that you didn't know before. So let's go ahead and check it out. What I've done is I've reset my preferences, and let's go ahead and uh, take a look at some things. And now, when this little drop down uh, area right here, there are a lot of different options. We're not going to jump into all of them. We're going to kind of jump on the juicy ones and go from there. First of all, your default where it starts out at is uh, are a whole bunch of preferences here. The ones that are already checked is to check DAS 3D News and check for updates. I don't know if it accesses your internet, but what it sounds like it's doing is it's adding extra processing time, no matter how slight. Okay. General, show tooltips, not really necessary. Full screen mode's cool. If you got a tablet, graphics tablets can build compatibility, but most graphic tablets uh, interact really well with this anyway. UI effects, let's get rid of the animations and the pattern. We don't need any of that. That's just extra thing that it's asking Carrera to do. Keyboard shortcuts. This is a good one. Run through this. Now, I've done a tutorial on this, but yeah, if you just kind of see what you got in here, if you want to make your workflow quicker, that's a good one. General scene settings. Uh, these right here aren't really important, the measurement systems and all this, but when you're importing animation, uh, Carrera is set up to render at 24 frames a second. Okay, if you import an animation that's 60 frames a second, which I think is getting to be the standard, um, or maybe even more than that, but 24 frames a second is what VHS was. So if that gives you any idea of where we're at, um, but you can go up to 60 frames. Just make sure that if you're importing animation and it make sure you know its frame rate in relation to Carrera's frame rate. Now, interactive renderer, this is a good one too. The recording program I use is Snaps Pro, and Carrera and it seem to compete for OpenGL. So I turned Carrera to software renderer. I don't have that problem anymore, which means I'll probably have some modeling tutorials up. So anyway, so general scene settings, getting to know your preferences is really kind of you know, kind of a good thing to know. Let's go ahead and jump to OpenGL. All this stuff right here. This is interface settings is just your font. It has one complete tab for that. Um, these just FYI, these were made in like the 90s, early 2000. So they're kind of dated. Your preferences are kind of dated, and you have to do some kind of goofy stuff to get from A to B sometimes, but whatever. Now, as I get older, I'm kind of realizing that the color scheme is probably not really good. All the colors are starting to run together. So if you have to change your colors, uh, you can go over here and do that, and you notice I'm bringing it down just a little bit, and this turns my background gray, which makes this stand out a little more. And this is what I mean by getting from A to B. You got to kind of jump back and forth, but it's worth it. It really is. Um, I kind of like the yellowish orange color for my icons. So this major accent is for your icons, and see how that stands out. One good thing about gray is it's a good background for anything. I'm Some people's color schemes, I swear to God, they look like they're hard on you. When I see screenshots of people's stuff, um, it's got to be hard on your eyes. Kind of, this is one of the reasons preferences is here. You can make this what you want it. Let's see, control, that would be these areas right here. I want to make that kind of orange too, but not as. And highlights cool, drag and drop's cool. Oh, this right here. Now I want to bring my background up to 1. Oh great. And if you push enter, it just shuts the whole thing. But I want to bring this to 1. You can bring this to 75 and adjust these as you want to. What these are is they're gradations from this to this in your icons and your interface elements. So you can play with these a little bit and get a little more precise control if you're not getting the feedback that you want or like. See what, drop something in here. I don't know how long this is going to last. This tutorial is going to go, but sometimes, yeah, that's fine. You see how when you select it, you got to kind of take this into consideration. This is going to be where your highlight comes in. And we'll make that a little bit more yellow, or actually maybe even red. Let's check that out. Yikes. No, that's not going to fly. Yeah, it looks good on this, but doesn't look good on this. So that's your highlight, and it competes with itself in a couple of different areas. That'll fly. All right, and anyway, so there's that. And let's see if we got a couple of. Oh, let's go to the next one, which is your elements right here. Your working box. I like my background to be nice and dark in relation to everything else. Kapow. See that? And this is pretty much the way that my next few tutorials, probably all the rest of them, are going to look. Because I like the color scheme. Primary wireframes. You can play with this stuff. All this stuff is pretty much self-explanatory. Selected object lights on selected objects and silhouettes on walls. I like my lights a little bit brighter than everything else. And then when you click it, see that? So anyway, that's your preferences. There are a few other things in here that you'll probably play with and to optimize your machine to your program. That's what it's there for, and just customize it, do whatever you want to it. It's pretty cool. So anyway, that's it for this time. I'm cripeman, and I'll talk to you again later.